Hi friends, and welcome back to Rouse Rising. My name is Katie, and today I'm sharing with you a little itty bitty Costco shop with me and grocery haul. We needed to get some groceries. It's been a while since I've been to Costco. I was going here weekly, and then I realized I was spending way too much money at Costco, and we actually eat and go through that much food. Nothing goes to waste around here, but it just costs a lot more money. So I'm trying to be a little bit more frugal these days. Today I am going to be spending quite a bit because I also picked up a few Christmas items for the kids, but mostly it was food. And we are in ingredients household, so I bought a lot of ingredients, and that's just how we do it around here. And for all those ingredients, we need lots of storage. And so I am checking out these deep freezers. Our deep freezer is currently stocked full. So I was checking these out. We don't need another one, but it's cool that they have these stand-up vertical deep freezers. I also checked out sweatsuits for the kids for Christmas, as well as all the other new things that they had in stock, like this pizza flour. I haven't seen this here before. Maybe it's been here forever, but I just decided to stick with all-purpose, save myself $8. Hi friends, welcome back to Rouse Rising. I went to Costco and I tried to stick to Whole Foods, and I tried not to get too much junk, but as you can see, some things are processed, but we got mostly staples, things that we're gonna eat, and some freezer items. Hopefully everything fits in our fridge and freezer. It's kind of a thing right now. We've got plenty of food. We are blessed for that. So we did grab a few things, and we've got some elk meat in our freezer now. So our freezer is fully stocked thanks to a generous friend of ours, and we're very grateful for that. So we have a little bit of space for some berries. We've got some berries right there. So let me share with you what I got in this Costco haul. I also grabbed a few items for the kids' Christmas, just things that they need. And I might share that with you in a Christmas video. So I'll either subtract that from my end total, or I just won't even tell you the total. Groceries are expensive, but I'll give you some ideas for what we're doing for meals and things like that in this grocery haul. All right, went in to grab some staples, and we grabbed all the staples. Every single thing that they had that was a staple, like sweet kale chopped salad kit. This comes in a 2-pack. That's really yummy. I'm gonna probably make one of those tonight for myself because I'm really hungry. A big bag of romaine lettuce. We use this in wraps and in salads, of course. All the yummy things. A huge thing of red and yellow and orange bell peppers. These I'm gonna pre-chop with my handy dandy chopper, and maybe I'll get the kids to help me too. We're gonna pre-chop and freeze a bunch of those, and we're also gonna pre-chop and freeze a whole bunch of potatoes to make potatoes au gratin, and some onions as well. And then we're gonna freeze all that so that it's easy for breakfast, because today we made a really good breakfast scramble, and we used a bag of potatoes au gratin, so we're gonna do that again. Or potatoes O'Brien. Anywho, bananas that the kids aren't gonna eat, they're gonna get ripe, and then we're gonna freeze them for smoothies because we do like bananas in our smoothies. Huge bag. This bag was $3.99, I think, or maybe it was $2.99. So I grabbed another bag of cranberries, and I'm gonna try to get the kids and myself to eat a lot more of these through the season because they're gonna help keep us super healthy with all of their goodness. So get some cranberries, buy a bag now, and buy another bag to freeze. Buy 2, freeze 1. And I just got 1 bag because I already have a bag in my fridge that we need to use up. These are some sweet plums. Thought those would be yummy for the kiddos. And a big bag of sweet potatoes. We'll go through those in the next week or two. A big old bag of oranges. The kids really like these Cara oranges. And these were a better deal than the little clementines. Same weight. And these just were better. The kids cut them up and share them. 2 things of sour cream, 2 things of whole milk. They didn't have any of the A2 milk, but that's all right. This is probably a little bit more economical. And then they have the A2 organic whole milk yogurt. The kids like this. We put honey and blueberries in it. And then for Hagen and myself, and for any time that we cook anything that we want to eat, we got this plain organic unsweetened almond milk. And that is refrigerated. So hopefully I'm gonna make room tonight in the refrigerator for all of these items. And then we also grabbed some vanilla, unsweetened vanilla almond milk. That's really good too. This is shelf stable, and it's really good. I use it in my coffee. So huge bag of carrots. We are going to juice up some carrots with the remainder of the apples that we got in our Azure Standard haul. I got a huge box of apples and a whole bunch of cheeses and other stuff. I need to share that with you. But that'll be in a cooking video probably with meal prep. Back here, almond flour. Hagen has been making almond flour cookies. They're really yummy, and they're almond flour cookies with jam on top. And they're like amaretto cookies with jam. They're so yummy. Right here we've got a big old pack of organic spaghetti. These are the biggest packs that I can find, so I can cook one pack, will feed my whole family, and then we still have a little bit of leftovers. Not the whole giant pack, but this one pack is how many servings? I don't know. I think it's like 9 servings or something. Yeah, 9 servings per pasta pack, and we're a family of 7, so that feeds us perfectly. And then 3 jars of the Classico organic tomato sauce. We'll mix that up with some elk to make spaghetti bolognese. Mozzarella, I ordered mozzarella from Azure Standard, and they gave me cheddar instead. And so I ended up with 2 different 5-pound blocks of cheddar. And while we could use cheddar on pizza, we don't want to. So we've been using fresh mozzarella cheese, but I wanted to get some of this shredded because we are making our own homemade pizzas now with sourdough. And then I've also made them with pizza yeast recently, and that's going to be in a video too. But this is just, one's going to go in the freezer, and well, actually they'll probably both go in the freezer until we have pizza night. And pizza night is actually in 2 nights, and we're having pizza tonight too from Costco. But we'll probably have pizza in the next 4 days, so I'll probably keep one out and freeze one. And I'll be sharing with you guys all the pizza hacks because it's cheap and easy to make your pizzas at home. Costco pizzas are $10, and that's the best deal for getting pizzas out. But frozen pizzas are about $6 per frozen pizza at the grocery store, and making your own pizza at home is about $3. I've got 2 logs of goat cheese. The dairy-free people or person can have goat cheese, so cannot have cow dairy, but can have goat dairy. Goat dairy proteins are smaller than cow dairy proteins. They're easier to digest, and cow dairy proteins are really difficult for many people to digest. A big old thing of tomatoes. We grabbed these last week, or last time I went to Costco, and they lasted a really long time. We used them on sandwiches, and then I used the last of them in soups. So figured we'll do that again. We'll put those in wraps and sandwiches, chop them up and put them in eggs and all the good stuff. This huge thing of persimmons, I think was $4.99. So it was $5 for all these beautiful persimmons. And then a big old bag of yellow potatoes that we're going to use in soups, and we're going to steam them in our Instant Pot and eat them smashed up with fat and salt and pepper and cheese for those that want cheese, and jacket potatoes. You can put tuna salad. Ooh, that's what I forgot, was to get tuna, because I like tuna salad on jacket potatoes, but we have russet potatoes for that purpose. Chicken salad. We make chicken salad sandwiches for the kids' school lunch. Dot's Homestyle pretzels. Those are going to go in their lunch as their special snack treat thing. These Manuka honey lemon drops are really good when you have a sore throat or when you're fighting a cold. So we grabbed some of those because it's sick season. We got a couple of kiddos that have had colds the last couple days. Little Critters gummy bites, daily multivitamins for the kids, and this Vita Coca Treats coconut milk beverage that's strawberries and cream. It's really good. It's very tasty, so that's a special treat every once in a while. 5 dozen eggs. Coconut milk, because all the dairy-free things, coconut milk smoothies. This has got a lot of really healthy fat in it, and they've got recommendations for smoothies, so we can do that with our frozen berry mix, and those will be tasty. And then Allertech, I didn't know if you all know, somebody told me that if you have food allergies, that this type, cetrizine is the allergy medicine you want to take if you have food allergies, and this will help a little bit, or if you have eczema from food allergies. Actually, it does help. It doesn't completely eliminate it, but it does help. It helps a little bit, I would say, with food-related eczema. So if you're struggling with that, give that a try. And it's sort of working for us, but anything helps. Anything that helps is worth giving it a try. This is dark chocolate, no sugar added. These have nothing crazy in them. And so these are exclusively for the person who has to take the allergy medicine, because we have other milk chocolate chips for everybody else. And so we're gonna try to make some chocolate chips that are dairy free. We need to make dairy free chocolate chip cookies. And then they had the dishwasher detergent tablets. This makes it easy for the kiddos just to throw those in the dishwasher and help out with washing dishes. This is 110 tablets, and I'm really excited about that because they're fragrance free. We don't like our cups or our dishes tasting like artificial lemon or lemon scent or fresh scent or anything weird scented, so we get the fragrance free of any kind of dyes and perfumes and weird stuff. So that's how we roll. And our staple fruits and vegetables, 3-berry blend, berries, the wild blueberries. This is way better for you than the organic blueberries that you can get at the store. Go ahead and get you wild berries if you can find wild berries, especially if you can find like a wild berry blend. Get the wild berry blend, get the wild blueberries. Those are the best things you can get. And you should eat a cup of blueberries a day, and getting these is more economical than buying these, because these were $8 for 1 pound, 2 ounces of blueberries. $8 for those, and I grabbed 2 because we're bougie and we like our blueberries. And those will be gone in the next couple of days. But when those are gone, we've got our frozen berry blend mixes, and these are what we mix in smoothies and yogurts and all that kind of stuff. So those, along with broccoli, are the main things that we eat when we do fruits and vegetables, when everything else runs out, when all the other fresh stuff runs out. And we had broccoli tonight and we ran out of it, so we had to get more of that. So 2 huge chickens. I always try to get the biggest chickens I can find. And these are $2.99, $3 a pound for organic chicken. So I got those because it's soup season, it's broth season, so we will definitely cook these up. I tend to boil the whole chicken for the first batch of broth, and then that chicken broth will be strained off and canned. And then I will do a separate chicken broth with the carcass and the bones, and then that is bone broth, and we will make perpetual broth with that, where we will keep it simmering for a few days, and we will use it in recipes for a couple of days. And then after that, we will can it up and mash up the bones and strain the bones through and get all of the good, everything that's in the bones. Mash it up, strain it through a fine mesh sieve, and then can it up, and it's packed full of nutrition. So we do that as well. Then, of course, because Americans use toilet paper, so we got a big old thing of toilet paper. There you go. I don't know what the total is for all the groceries because we also purchased some other items. So I'm gonna say this is yes, I know, but I'm lacking the other items. So I would have to subtract those, the Christmas stuff. So these groceries weren't $609.70, but my total Costco haul was $609.70. But I grabbed the kids' items for the holiday, so for gifts for them. So those items are not here clearly because the children are wandering around. But that is my once a month. I don't plan on going back to Costco this month. We're gonna try to do a fill in the gaps grocery haul. I'll send Aaron to the grocery store, or I'll run to the regular grocery store. But we shouldn't need to go back to Costco for anything. We just use it as our grocery haul and to get some items in bulk that we like. So there you have it. Groceries are expansive. I didn't think that this was gonna be that much because I didn't feel like I got a lot of expensive things, but again, I did buy the kids. I have 5 kids and I did get them some items. So if you are struggling with your grocery budget, I hope to have some meal ideas and things made from scratch, frugal things. This is all of our kind of pricier things that cost money to fill in the gaps of our bulk foods that we have. So I have foods stored up. We've got things like oatmeal. Oh, I need to get rice. I ran out of room in my cart. I'm not low on rice because I have a gallon of it. I have a gallon jar of rice. It's about 3/4 of a gallon of a jar of rice. So that'll last us a couple more weeks. But I did look at Costco's rice. They do have some rice there, a variety. So I was eyeing that, but my cart was so full that I didn't have room and it was really heavy to push, so I decided not to throw the rice in there. I'll get it later, probably maybe beginning of next month. We might have enough rice to get us through. I also have some sushi rice left in my bucket, so plan is to use up all of that. And then we also have things like lentils and beans and other types of grains, all sorts of milling grains for bread. I'm gonna try to stretch my all-purpose flour, but I usually get that from Azure Standard. But things like that you can buy in bulk because they are shelf stable and you can keep them on your shelf, and that's what you use as your main sources of food. And then you do things like fill in the gaps with this stuff throughout the month with your more fresh items and things like that. So yeah. That's why we don't have any red meat. The red meat is already in the freezer. That's why we don't have any grains. You don't see any breads or anything like that because we bake all of our own bread. I'm not making pasta yet, but maybe soon in the future we'll be making things like pasta because I do have a bunch of Durham wheat berries to make pasta with. So I have those wheat berries to make pasta should things get really crazy. We can make our own pasta. I think I have a pasta machine. I didn't take the pasta machine back to, hopefully I didn't get rid of it in the last move. But I found one at Goodwill. If you need stuff, go to Goodwill. Check Goodwill or check the thrift stores first because a lot of times you can find things in really good shape there. Here's some of my things back here. We've got a mill for milling to make bread. We've got our Nutrimill Artiste mixer for kneading bread and for whipping up things and all kinds of things. So if you don't know how to make things from scratch, follow along, go check out some of my videos from about 2 years ago because that's when I was really in knee deep. And then my back's been really bad, so I haven't been doing a lot of that, but my back got fixed. And so now I'm back to cooking from scratch again. So hang out, watch some videos coming up in the future, and we are gonna get back to all the delicious, yummy things. And we are an ingredients household. We have ingredients, and the kids can't really just go to the cabinet and grab a snack anymore because I didn't really buy any snacky items and we're running low on that. I did get the dots. But we're an ingredients household, so we're gonna make cookies to snack on. We're gonna make all the things to eat. Mom has to prepare food. Dad does cook too, but I do most of the stuff just because I like to. I like to feed my family and I like to prepare them nutritious meals. So if you're into that, click subscribe and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for hanging out with us. Bye.